हेलो बच्चों, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट काइनेटिक एनर्जी, रोटेशनल काइनेटिक एनर्जी. एंड in case of conservation of energy, we have to consider both rotational kinetic energy as well as translatory kinetic energy in case of conservation of energy. Okay, let's see another example. We having a circular ring. Okay, let us consider a circular ring, and this axis of rotation is like that. This is axis of rotation PQ, axis of rotation. Okay, and this circular disc can rotate in this axis, about this axis which is horizontal and not passing to the center. It is little bit below to the center. Okay, r by 4, distance r by 4, this is the center. Okay, is this clear? Okay, this circular ring is not rotating. Try to understand, this circular ring is not rotating about the center of mass, about the diameter. Okay, it is rotating about a chord PQ, horizontal chord, about horizontal chord PQ, which is r by 4 below to the center. Okay, it is horizontal chord. So it is initial position of this circular ring, and if we displace by very small amount, or if we release this system, what will happen? This ring will rotate about PQ, and the final position of this PQ will be like that. The center of mass will be now h by 4 distance below, sorry, r by 4 distance below from this PQ. From this PQ, this whole disc, this whole circular ring will move downward. Center of mass will now be r by 4 below, distance r by 4 below from the axis of rotation. Now we have to calculate, when this system is released from initial position, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the angular velocity of this circular ring. Okay, when system is released, okay, system is released from rest, find its angular velocity. Okay, when it move completely down. Okay, when it become vertical, again it will become vertical like that. Okay, so we have to use conservation of energy. In this case, we are using conservation of mechanical energy, So initial potential energy plus initial kinetic energy for rotational motion plus initial kinetic energy, no translatory motion is there, so kinetic energy for rotational motion plus final potential energy and kinetic energy final for the rotational motion. Okay, so it is very easy. Now let us consider, this is a reference axis. Okay, so what is the change in height of the center of mass? Is 2 times of r by 4. This h is equal to 2 times of r by 4. Okay, change in height, of center of mass, h equal to r by 2. So initial potential energy is mgh plus initial kinetic energy is equal to 0. Final potential energy is equal to 0, and final kinetic energy is equal to I about PQ into omega square, since this circular ring is rotating about PQ. Okay, so this h can written as, So mg r by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 I about pq omega square. This 1 by 2 cancel out, and omega square we are getting gr, sorry, this 1 by 2 cancel, mgr divided by I about pq. Now what is this I about pq? Okay, since moment of inertia of circular ring about the diameter, about this diameter is equal to mr square by 2. Now we can use parallel axis theorem. What we can use? We can use parallel axis theorem. So let's see. So the moment of inertia of circular ring about the diameter is mr square by 2, and I about pq is equal to moment of inertia ig plus m. What is perpendicular distance? It is r by 4 whole square. Okay, in this case ig equal to mr square by 2, and it is mr square by 16 now. Okay, so IPQ will be, we have to multiply 8 and divide by 8 in numerator and denominator. Okay, so LCM will be 16, it will be 9 mr square. I about PQ. Okay, now we are putting value of this IPQ. What is omega square? This omega square is mgr divided by IPQ is 9 mr square by 16. Okay, this r will cancel out, will cancel out, and we are getting 16g divided by 9r. 16g divided by 9r, and omega will be 4 by 3 root g by r. This is the omega. Okay, so it is the solution of this question.